Okoro was a proud man in the village, blessed with 3 wives. But he was selfish at heart. His first wife, Arda, had stood by him since the early days when he had nothing. Yet once he married 2 younger women, Okoro turned cold toward her. He no longer cared for her needs, no longer praised her beauty, and never gave her the affection she deserved. Instead, he showered his attention on his second and third wives, buying them jewelry, giving them the best portions of food, and praising them before the elders. Arda watched silently, her heart heavy with pain, but she never complained. One day a stranger arrived in the village. A tall, kind man named Hogo, who had traveled from a faraway town. He carried himself with dignity, his words soft but full of wisdom. As fate would have it, his eyes fell upon Arda. Unlike Okoro, Hogo saw beyond her tired face. He noticed her gentle smile, her patience, and the strength in her heart. He was captivated. Slowly, he began to speak with her, showing her respect that she had long forgotten. Arda, who had been starved of love, found herself glowing again under his kindness. The villagers began to whisper, "Perhaps Arda was never unattractive. She only needed someone to see her true beauty." And so, while Okoro chased vanity with his favorites, Hugo saw in Arda the treasure she truly was. The young man, Hugo, continued to shower Arda with love and respect. He gave her beautiful gifts, beads, fine wrappers, and tokens of care that Okoro had never thought she deserved. Arda's heart blossomed again, and soon she found the courage to make a choice. She stood before Okoro one morning and told him, "I can no longer live like a shadow in my own home. I choose to leave you and build a new life with Hogo." When Okoro realized Arda had made up her mind, selfishness filled him. He could not bear the thought of losing her, not because he loved her, but because he could not stand another man taking what he had once ignored. In anger, he demanded that the village king and council intervene. At the village square, Okoro stood tall and accused Arda of infidelity, painting her as a disgrace to womanhood. Arda was not given the chance to speak, because she was a woman. The men laughed and nodded, ready to condemn her. But something unexpected happened. Arda, with courage burning in her chest, rose and spoke. "Let me ask you, men of this land, if the reverse were the case, would any of you accept what Okoro has put me through? He married me first, then took 2 more wives, and turned me into an object of ridicule in my own home. He abandoned me, yet now he cries foul because another man values me." Silence fell upon the gathering. The elders looked at one another and shame covered their faces. They realized how greedy they had been, how unfair they had been to women, and how often they abandoned their first wives when new wives came along. In that moment, Arda was set free. She left with Hogo, who cherished her deeply, while Okoro remained behind, bitter and filled with desire for revenge. But something greater happened. Other women in the village, whose husbands had treated them the same way, saw Arda's courage and followed her example. They too began to rise and demand respect. The men, ashamed and afraid of losing their wives, were forced to change their ways and treat women with dignity. Don't settle for less when you know your worth. Always rise above your present circumstances. Your future can still bloom with joy and love. Never let anyone reduce your self-worth. Someone out there will always see the treasure in you. Thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe for more videos.